The blockchain heroes are back, and that is the topic of this episode of the Nifty Show. I'm Joel. That's Riles with the wiggly ears.
That's me.
How do you make them wiggle like that?
It's just something that happens when I blink. Okay, there's crossed wires in my nervous system. Let's leave it at that.
It's wired into that you blink. I wonder, like, if you open your mouth, do your eyebrows go up, or
No, no.
does your nose flare, your nostrils, the smoke come out? No, none of that. Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
So it was just a little over a year ago in early 2022 that we released the fourth edition of Blockchain Heroes on the Wax blockchain, the most ambitious set of heroes and villains to date out of your imagination was the Retro Rebellion set. And the reception to the characters and the NFTs was fantastic. However, it just so happened that the week we launched the NFT set was the very week that the market was completely crippled, and so unfortunately, these characters did not get the widespread love that they deserved. Which, I mean, you probably took that a little personally, right? Because these are your babies.
No. See, listen. I know when I put in the hard work to create and cultivate a character, that character doesn't go away just because one sale doesn't go well. Those characters still exist. They're still part of the sprawling universe.
And a sprawling universe, it is. In fact, the Blockchain Heroes universe now being in its fourth edition of the series has begun to approximate that which myself, you, Travis, and Jarek originally intended, and that is to be multi-chain. And so to date, of course, we've got the wax set, which for those of you that are watching on the visuals, we have all four series that you can see, from the originals that dropped in August 2020 and all of their different variations to the first strike set that dropped in 2021, and then the Stonk War set, which was the set that we put together so fast, so amazingly quick. And who knew that the Elon Dusk variation of his card would become in such high demand? But now with him, owning Twitter and becoming quite the high profile individual, that's a real thing. And then, of course, Series 3, which is Retro Rebellion. Anybody who wants to look through all of these and find them on the marketplace can go to heroes.atomichub.io. But we've also expanded and done a release on the Internet Computer, which is a completely different blockchain. We've released via the Limpo app on Polygon in cooperation with Animoca Games. And 3 times now, we have released on the Quidd app. And if you don't have the Quidd app on your phone, I recommend that you go grab this. You can download it if you're on the iOS. Just go to Quidd, Quidd, and you can find it right here. And these are digital collectibles that predate NFTs, and they have licenses with lots of brands, as you can see: Star Trek, Rick and Morty, Mr. Beast, Bob's Burgers, Game of Thrones, the list goes on. And you can also get it on Google Play, Quidd. Just look up Quidd Digital Collectibles and download the app. But Riles, we have released 3 versions of Blockchain Heroes over the last 2 years: the Series 1, First Strike, Series 2, and Stonk Wars. And if you go to market.onquid.com, which is their official app, and you look at all-time sales, it says here Blockchain Heroes is number 5, just behind Star Trek and Atari, ahead of Rick and Morty, Disney, Game of Thrones, Bob's Burgers, and the huge list of what's left. But we're actually number 4, because if you scroll down here, you'll see that Stonk Wars had its own release. And if you add this number here, $43,000 in secondary market, to this number, $194,000, it puts us ahead of Star Trek as the number 4 collection of all time.
I think we're on track to overtake Atari in the near future. But let's clear some things up for our listeners and viewers, right? Because if Quidd predates NFTs, that suggests that they're not on blockchain. So what are blockchain heroes doing on Quidd?
That is correct. So initially, what Quidd did is released simply digital collectibles that people got to enjoy in their wallets. And again, if you're looking at the video, you can see on the Blockchain Heroes pages, packs, which are still available, were sold. But within those packs, you would find many of these cards. Now, your commons are just that, common cards. But if you look at some of these other variations here, you'll notice that underneath them, they have many of them have something that says mint. That means that these particular collectibles can be brought onto the blockchain. And you see this one here sold on the secondary market for $250. This Scrivener hero, and if you own this, you can mint this to blockchain on Ethereum. And you can see right here on OpenSea, here are some of the now NFTs. These were just digital collectibles, but they've become NFTs that are blockchain heroes in their own new, unique variations that don't duplicate any of the heroes or villains in the same variation that you would find on Wax. There's the Gray Witch, who, by the way, was just in the headlines. She may be inspired by Janet Yellen in our government, that was just speaking yesterday, saying that the government would not bail out the failed bank in California, and then they changed their tune. She's doing her witchy stuff.
Oh, they did change their tune? Shoot, I missed out on
Yeah,
that piece of
they
news.
totally did. Yeah. So that's why, blockchain heroes are a great fit. And we knew from the beginning that this was part of the plan, that if we were going to make our collectibles available on Quidd, then we would need to be able to mint some of those to the blockchain. And their audience has responded amazing to this collection.
And why wouldn't they? These are stellar collectibles.
You can see right here the launch date. The reason we're doing this nifty show today, which is time stamped the 13th of March 2023, is on March 15th. This is going to launch. And they've actually got these all up on the site now. You see, we've got our common heroes in all new variations that are right here with this
Are you
brand
sure
new
those are the
border.
common ones? Because it says that those are mintable.
Yep, they're allowing people to mint anything they want to from these to the
Wow.
blockchain with
Okay.
these new borders. Now, the first thing that a lot of people don't know is if this is your first time to Quidd, they want to give you $25 in packs. All you got to do is go to sign up at market.onquid.com and fill out your however you want to sign up here. But where it says, do you have a promo code? Your answer is yes. And you just type in BCH25 when you fill this out and sign up, and you will have that automatic credit for being a first time user of Quidd. If you're a repeat user and you've been a fan before, what you want to do is you want to sign in, which I'll do right here. And I'm going to pull down the screen just a moment so you guys don't look at my my login and password, because I don't want you logging in with my stuff. It's my stuff. Keep your hands off my stuff. Once you're logged in, and now I'll show you again. Once you're logged in, if you click notify me right here, then it'll notify for each of the collections that are there. And this puts you in to potentially win a discount or a free pack. So they haven't forgotten regular users as well. And you guys are going to want to check that out.
It's going to be a big deal. There's a sort of rapid fire series of drops that will be releasing as we progress through the rarities in ascending style. So starting on that Tuesday, on March 14th, the common sets will drop, and that will kick off the whole set of sales.
Yeah, and they're doing it in packs, like we've done on Wax before, but it's not just the commons that are going to be available in these packs. Quidd does things really interesting. There's kind of two ways that they approach this, and way one is their customers very much like the chase of completing sets, depending upon the mint number and how many they have, they accumulate points. And those who accumulate certain number of points get rewarded variations of these heroes and villains that are not available in the packs. So the chase is really cool, and I think what they do is if you collect all the base set of heroes and all the base sets of villains, you'll have a chance at these. And they're gonna put this out there for exactly what you need to get. But there's also cool stuff that they can get in the packs, and we don't have the odds for this yet. But when they purchase the common heroes or villains packs, there's a chance to get the 20 regular heroes or villains. But what else might they get?
They have a chance to get the shinies.
Mm, very shiny.
So
So the
the,
shinies, let me open those up so we can get a look at a few of these. These are so cool. In our set originally, these were known as either the legendaries or the mythics, right? So let's see. I need to pull up the screen here that has those in there. These are so beautiful. There we go. Look at this guy, Gridmaster.
ooh, and
Shiny.
and these shinies, these are the only ways getting the shinies through the other packs is the only way to get legendaries or mythics this time around.
Correct. You can. So I don't know what the odds drops are going to be yet of getting these, but especially on Quidd, this is next level stuff. These kinds of animations and super rare cards. These are going to be fun for people to get. So they will publish the odds when they release this here in just a few short days. But those are the legendaries, and I think I've got just a couple. Yeah, I have two of the mythics, and in the original set, those mythics were, I don't remember what the odds were, super rare, super hard to come by, and like full cinematics. And here's two of them. Remind me of this character's name again.
Uh,
you're, we have
it's
so many.
eluding me at the moment.
Yeah, you're stumped as well. We have so many of these characters, and on the wax ones, we have the names below them. Of course, this is Encryptkeeper, who is he is the big villain in this retro rebellion. Yeah, maybe what I'm going to do is I want to play the video that Quidd is putting out. And when we come back from the video, I want you to kind of set the stage for what's happening in this retro rebellion universe. Let's take a look at that right here. So what this is the collection, 20 heroes, 20 villains. Explain to us what's happening in this retro rebellion universe.
Up until now, the blockchain heroes have been battleizing the centralizers across the world. But Encryptkeeper's latest scheme was to beta test a new form of world domination by digitizing an entire city, cutting them off from the outside, and forcing the people within to discover and harness blockchain power for themselves in order to escape his new simulated version of the town and get back into the real and physical world.
That's fantastic. I love it. And so each of these characters, even in the Quidd app, when you get them, you'll be able to tap to flip the card, and you'll see the lore, the story behind each of these characters, and who their who their archenemy in the universe might be. They're all numbered, and all of this copy, of course, is composed by Riles, and there's a good bit of humor in there as well, because all of this is done with the tongue firmly planted in the cheek.
I like having that sort of something for everyone in there. So some characters are outright goofy, some of them are utterly terrifying, and some of them are actually noble and paragons, and that sort of reflects to me a realistic element of what the world would look like if we had superpowered figures all over the place.
Absolutely. And it's not just, there's more to it than this, because there's going to be 6 days of sales, 6 different packs. So you've got your common heroes, your common villain packs, your uncommon heroes, and your uncommon villains pack. I'm sorry, it's 8 sets. Then you've got your rare sets, and then you've got your epic sets. And in all of these, you've got a chance to also get the legendaries or the mythics. And then the chase awards are going to be animated cards as well. And I can show you right here what some of the rares and the epics look like. This was a really unusual variation that Travis came up with. I think we called it grid, right? It was kind of like based on a map of some sort, and they're animated, and you can kind of see there's the Encryptkeeper. There's kind of like the street map pulsing throughout the NFT.
Yeah, it's like they've been meshed in with geographical data, satellite imagery.
I love that scientist. There's that Dr. Dupe.
Yes, that's
That
Dr. Dupe.
Dr.
His
Dupe.
his super duper 9000 not included in this particular image.
There's the D-Gen Dino hanging out at the club in the verse here with his, yeah, Lord Grim, which was actually based on and inspired by one of our community members, who was the first one to ascend to the position of a hero or villain of his choice through the various activities that we conducted. And of course, one of my favorites, Days, the kitty with, what is that, a laser on his back?
He's got a laser on his back. He's got a mechanical jaw. He's a little fluffy bundle of destruction.
So, so those are the ones that are going to come from the rare packs, and then the epic packs have another style to it, which is more of a 3D rotating spinning card, and that looks a lot like this one right here. These are really cool. You've got the grid going into the city behind, and these two-sided cards that represent all the heroes and villains. I think that this is going to be, my prediction is that this will be the best selling of the blockchain heroes sets that have been on Quidd yet.
I would be surprised if these weren't going to be the most sophisticated collectibles on Quidd. But beyond that, I can't even look at one of these without just hearing synthwave playing in my head. I see the Miami sunset, I see the cyber grid, and there's just synth just pumping right now.
This is a self-referential nod here, because we made sure that the team, the 4 founding members, myself and Travis, of course, were the two-headed beast in Series 1, and then Chaos Theory, inspired by Riles, and Jarek's was the guy at the monitor.
J-Rec.
J-Rec, yeah, we've got, I don't know, 150 heroes and villains now, so it's hard to keep up with them. And Chaos Theory made his way from First Strike into Retro Rebellion. What's he's got dice.
That's why his title is the Improbable Portelier. He has a way of hopping across dimensions, which is the reason for why he was able to make it into the digitized city to help the innocents trapped within.
And there, of course, is Comrade Misha. He's a Russian bear, and he has the right to bear arms. of course, and he's
Oh.
got them right there. So so there you go, gang. This is a big deal. Launching on Quidd via the Quidd app. I want to go ahead and bring that up for you one more time. You want to go to market.onquid.com. I got too many windows open. I can't find anything here. It's on one of my tabs, I promise. It's on this one right here. Download the Quidd app for iOS or for Google Play. Just type in QUIDD. And then once you're at the site, if you're not logged in and this is your first time, go to sign up. And then in the promo code area, put the letters BCH and the number 25 to get your $25 off coupon. And then be ready on Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, let's see, is it Tuesday? Yeah, it starts Tuesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday. Oh, wow. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 sets of 2 packs. There's 10 pack sales each. It starts at 3 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesday. 2 hours later, the villains come. The next day, 3 o'clock, the heroes come. 2 hours later, the villains come. This is going to be as high intensity of a sale as the Retro Rebellion itself is in its own metaverse.
And there may be some additional surprises involved in this series of sales along the way, which you will certainly become more informed about as these begin.
Well, let's just say there will be surprises. I'll just go right out there on a limb and say there will be surprises.
I wouldn't say there may be surprises if there weren't going to be any. I'm not about blue balling people like that.
Well, thank you. We prefer our balls not. Hey, thanks to everybody for watching, listening. We're excited about this blockchain hero set and for the Retro Rebellion characters to get the widespread attention and love that they deserve. We think people are going to really like them. Of course, we would love it if you reviewed this podcast. If you are listening on one of the podcast players that are in your ears, go give us a 5-star review. That always warms the cockles of our heart. And if you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, then thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. And I think if you do all those things, then Riles can send you on your way.
Keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Riles are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Riles say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the nifty, really kinda spiffy. The Nifty Show.